The final section of this chapter talks about the theories and delinquency prevention. Each of the various branches of social theory has had an impact and continues to have an impact on delinquency prevention through programs and activities. I will discuss a few of those. I kind of go off chart with the slides. I don't follow them exactly. I think the book does a good job at laying out certain programs. I want to cover different programs and what's available out there, and direct you to websites that I've had linked onto Moodle. So I'm going to discuss a few others. There's a website on Moodle, Impact Law. It discusses juvenile delinquency prevention and has identified numerous programs that exist that have an impact on delinquency prevention as well, besides the ones mentioned in the book. The most effective way to prevent juvenile delinquency has indisputably been to assist children and their families early on. There are numerous state programs that attempt early intervention. There's federal funding for community initiatives that has allowed independent groups to tackle the programs in new ways, or the problems in new ways using different programs and activities. Under the social structure theory and the social process theory, there's a number of programs. I'm just going to line them up. The Operation Weed and Seed is the one in the book. But in response to that theory, social factors that produce delinquency, there's social programs that have been designed to reduce and eliminate delinquency under the social process theory as well, that can prevent and strengthen. It can strengthen socialization. It can prevent the lack of self-image, a low self-esteem that children end up having as a result of not having adequate socialization. Some of those examples of those is educational and recreational programs that help improve self-image. One of the immediate benefits of recreational activities, the one mentioned in the book, is a boating, for a rowing that the singer actress Bette Midler had helped create down near New York City. But one of the immediate, and then there's the Boys and Girls Club that's mentioned in the book. One of the immediate benefits of these recreational activities is that they fill unsupervised after-school hours. The Department of Education has reported that youths are more likely to commit crimes between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m., with crime rates peaking at 3 p.m. Recreation programs allow youths to connect with other adults and children in the community. They create positive friendships, and these positive friendships may assist children in later years. Youth programs are designed to fit the personalities and skills of the different children and may include sporting activities, dancing, music, rock climbing, drama, karate, bowling, art, you name it. There's all sorts of activities. Community involvement. Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, church youth groups, and volunteer groups all involve youth within the community. Involvement in the community groups provide youth with an opportunity to interact in a safe and social environment. There are parent-child integration training programs that takes the parent and children approximately 12 weeks to complete. It is designed to teach parenting skills to parents of children ages 2 to 7 who exhibit major behavioral problems. The program places parents and children in interactive situations. A therapist guides the parents, educating them on how best to respond to their child's behavior when positive, whether it's positive or it's negative. The program has been shown to reduce hyperactivity, attention deficit, aggression, and anxious behavior in children. Critical theories. The big component of critical theories is the restorative justice system, which takes aim at resolving conflicts and relies on non-punitive ways to control delinquency. So what is restorative justice? Basically, it's a system of criminal justice which focuses on the rehabilitation of offenders through reconciliation with victims and the community at large. They use dispute resolution practices, or that process, whether it's negotiating or mediation. Most crimes, the offender and the victim know each other. In juvenile crimes, it's mostly against someone that they know. And the goal is to address and resolve the issues that produce the conflict between them, rather than treat them and label them as victim and delinquent, because that's even putting a label on the victim. The point being that society should reconcile the parties, not choose who to punish. A restorative justice program aims to get offenders to take responsibility for their actions, to understand the harm that they've caused, to give them an opportunity to redeem themselves, and to discourage them from causing further harm. For victims, its goal is to give them an active role in the process and to reduce feelings of anxiety and powerlessness. Restorative justice is found on an alternative theory to the traditional methods of justice, which focuses on retribution. And we'll discuss, there's a whole chapter on restorative justice as well. It's going to be covered later in the chapter. Part of this week's assignment is to review a program in Vermont. So you'll get another sneak peek at it with this week's assignment. There are prevention programs actually within the justice system, but now we already have a youth in the justice system, but still they want to keep juveniles from offending again. So a youth entering the juvenile justice system has the opportunity to receive intervention assistance from the particular state. In the care of the state, a youth may receive drug rehabilitation assistance, counseling, and educational opportunities. The success of the juvenile justice system is measured by how well it prepares youth to re-enter the community without committing further crimes. So optimally, all juvenile detention facilities would catch youths up on their education, provide them with job training, give them the experience of living in a safe, stable environment, and then provide them with assistance to break those harmful habits or patterns that got them to where they are. There are a number of programs in New York State. There's a link to the website on Moodle as well, the delinquency prevention programs in New York State, and I did link the federal one as well. There are 40 jurisdictions across New York State currently receiving program funds to target juvenile delinquency problems. I'll just give you a few that are out there that describe some of these programs. In Livingston County, there's a home-based crisis intervention program that began in 1996 to prevent the out-of-home placement of delinquent youths. This intervention targets youths whose behavior is attributed to dysfunction within the families. The program diverts youth from family court intake to the appropriate family intervention and counseling. So rather than going into a family court where juveniles are handled in the family court in New York State, that's where the juvenile court is, and rather they go into this program that helps assist them. They're in Erie County Department of Youth Services. It's initiated the Detention Aftercare Resource Team, DART they call it, to reduce the number of youth who repeat crimes. The program provides counseling, mental health counseling, social services, employment, and other needed services that are offered in Erie County. Each family is involved, as a positive force in the lives of the children and receives a coordinated case service plan that helps them structure and motivate them and put them in the right direction. Oswego County has a community service program established to combine youth community service programs with informational, educational, and recreational components. The youth receives a small stipend for their community service work and are expected to participate in meetings that identify risk factors and other intervention skills. A key element to this program is the continued school enrollment as a condition of program participation. And there's a number of them across New York State. Those are just a few. So, and like I said, I have some further links on the Moodle page to review programs that are out there. So that sums up our chapter 4. Many delinquency theorists believe that elements of social life are responsible for kids getting involved in antisocial behaviors, not their rational thinking and their cost-benefit analysis or their individual traits. It's their social elements of their social life, and we went through all of those: the social disorganization, the anatomy, the strain, the social process and socialization, and labeling, and we'll add to that the critical theory as well. So that sums it up. We'll move on to next week on chapter 5, and we'll review another set of theories that criminologists and sociologists and so forth have determined are the cause of delinquency.